Buckle up, rough roads ahead. Wait a minute. Don't say it or say it. I was got ready to think about what I was going to say, and something. Well, if you watch it, it doesn't matter. You have to watch it and see if they. I would watch it. I mean, this. I know it seems like nothing, but if they get in the middle of your Best Buy order, after getting in the middle of your Amazon order, after this happening, that happening, and then all of a sudden they bring their little honey in. You're like, oh. Usually you'd be like, okay, well, what's going on here? So again, what are the techniques of getting somebody compromised? And again, I understand OPSEC better than anybody else in the world, most likely. But you can't allow them to do this. And I'll get back to you in a second. I got to adjust my headset. There's another thing you have to be careful for. I was on Best Buy's page, and it says act fast. The only one left, two left. I mean, it's an understandable statement, right? But that's something that could be used with psychological warfare. Like, act fast, do it now. That's one of their things they do in the head. So they put it places. All the deep staters, all the secret society people will put that. So when they're and they'll spell it. So when their victim sees it, ding, they know what they're doing, all of you. Subliminal messaging, see? So act fast, what does it mean? Mass shooting, rape that girl, kill your neighbor, shake your ass in front of Larry and deny him even a conversation. So again, that's the type of thing that we need to look for. Again, these are the type of things people weren't sublimized with. And again, I say sublimized is a form of printing. Sublimated, no, sublimation is printing. Sublimized, I guess. Subliminalized. I don't know. Howard's so lame. I don't know why y'all listen to Howard anymore. See if Howard tries to kill me tomorrow spiritually for saying that. So these are the things they're doing, but it has an effect, and especially if they dose you with LSD. They could walk up to your car, wipe LSD on. They walk up your doorknob, your office door. Jonathan Luna, maybe a couple locations where he was, maybe something and he drank or ate. All right. What should I do? Go straight? So they see this. The evil ones see it. So what happens is when they're watching me go to these places online, they're constantly reading the page I'm saying, projecting. So it might say something on the page like act fast. If they see act fast, they go, kill yourself now. Kill your neighbor immediately. Whatever they're trying to make happen, This is what the watch list does all day. I don't watch, is what you look at online. Meanwhile, the real criminals are out there partying and bumping ass with the cops, right? But so again, I don't know if you heard this part. I don't condone the actions of that first assistant, but it doesn't look right. it doesn't make any sense. He looks like he was being hit in his life. There's a lot about how they react to an individual. The deep state will act indignant. Like right now, McCarthy, you better leave Elon alone. They have an evil plan, believe me. Elon's not interested in free speech. He's interested in pumping the people that will reduce his tax bill. But also on top of that, McCarthy's not interested in law and order and lawful investigation. And you might be a person in the public who go, yeah, the FBI is doing too much, or the cops are doing too much, or whatever it is. McCarthy's not going to help you. It's a scam. He's there to get you behind him to free his crony Trump, who'll give him money if he gets him free, or even try to. Or the Russians or whoever else is investing in a free the Trump whale. Trump acts like such a victim. It's disgusting. So disgusting. So, okay, that guy doesn't make sense. It's very easy to alter somebody's life that everybody wants to hate. Now, he looks like there's a couple other things like the divorce. I know to you say, well, it's divorce. Everybody gets divorced. But how does it happen? Some people get divorced just because they get divorced. Some people get divorced because they deep state up them. They get rid of the old wife, put a new wife in there. I've seen that. Some people get divorced because whatever, but some people get divorced because the deep state's killing them and killing the wife. And then the wife, and the fact that the wife charged him with a crime, that all reeks of deep state, assassination. Well, you say he cheated on his wife, but wives have ways of forcing their husband to cheat on them. Believe me. I'm not saying they should, again, not condoning the activity. But wives can be underhanded, especially when the deep state's around. The deep state will make them fantasize about a wonderful life after they leave their husband, or destroy their husband, so he'll leave them, and then they'll, say he left me. Well, like I said, the preachers are starting to preach about how to take care of a husband and how a husband to take care of a wife, and that's what the Bible actually tells you, to be subservient to one another, and that includes sexually. So if you're not taking care of your partner's sexual needs, he didn't marry you to be a priest. Oh wait, I gotta let this person go. I have to go this way. What am I going? So I went to 2 Best Buys and have the product. The only thing that makes me think the deep state didn't buy it out from underneath, because they've done that before, I'm sure of it. They can do it online. Is that there was like a what do they call it? A return in the store. What do they call that thing? Open box. It was an open box. So they would have took that too. So I'm not buying open box. Who knows who touched that and what they did with it. Some people just buy stuff to do stuff to it, return it. How do I know? Because the deep state puts that in people's heads. So my neighbor, I don't know what's up with her. She walks up and she's like acting like she's disabled or something now. She had a boyfriend, he's gone. I'm like, are they paying you like $50,000 to break up with your boyfriend for a few months and then like try to get me to make a hit on you? But I can't say that, I mean, she's a gorgeous woman. I mean, like, she's pleasant to speak to. We speak a couple times, but I'm just pretty much, if I wasn't injured, I'd actually try to have some sort of friendship relationship with her, but I'm just too broke thingy wingy to to actually try to do anything. Why would I go to Walmart? What time is it? I'm not getting out of this vehicle at Walmart. You want me to go this way? Okay. What's up this way? Something to heal. What is it? What is it? What is it? The spirit talking to me. No, I'm not. Why is it telling me to eat pizza? Are you one of them? It's a deep stater spirit trying to make me eat something with a lot of saturated fat in it. I don't see anything to heal. All right, so let's get back to that guy. They're trying to distract me from my conversation, I guess. So again, there's a lot of methods that can be used to do this to somebody. You have to find out if private investigators were around this person. You have to do it. Private investigation means nothing. Some of the most horrendous crimes in the history of our nation have been committed by private investigators. And half of them haven't even been known. Maybe even more. I should go. Oh, I see where I want to go. Why would I go there? I don't want ice cream. Go away. That's how obsessed they are with my life. They want me to eat saturated fat and high salt foods. It's their minds. What can I say? No, the donut shop is closed. I can't eat donuts. So we need to make sure we secure the community. Now, the problem is a lot of people were blackmailed in, extorted in, and paid a lot of money after that their life just miraculously picked up and they know the deal. So they will click, man. They're like punctured in the mind. I'm not punctured, but they're like wired in the mind. It's just nothing else works. Yeah, I guess puncture. It's like an animal just puncturing in their head and just controlling their mind. What happens is once the deep state trigger is flipped, it's just like everything to these people. Nothing else matters in the world. The person is supposed to be hated has to be hated because why? All that anger and from all that stress of being extorted into the deep state is put onto their victim. That's how it works. Believe you me. Because the deep state makes them think they're going to go to jail and they're going to lose everything, right? So then they let them live, but all that anger is like is wired into the deep state because if you don't do what they say, then you're going to go to jail, right? That's what they all believe. That's how it works. I mean, what do you want me to say? Tell you something different? Says Trump thought I was his servant or something. I'll show him a servant, all right. Stop at Domino's? No, sorry, not. It's probably more saturated fat and cholesterol than anything else I would eat. Not that I have a problem with that necessarily. I try to stay high with the bran flakes. That's what saved me all these years. Bran flakes, believe me. High fiber diet. Maybe there's somebody has to leave my apartment. Get out of the apartment real quick. Oh, he's coming out. He's coming out. You want me to go to the Crest store where those other people that you told about something about me work that tried to set me up the other day? You pay the money and you want to get your money's worth? And you want me to at least go in the store? You want me to go back to Walgreens and say I'm actually stalking the woman I spoke about online the other day? That is the way their minds work. They're all full of shit. But they go to church. They're churchies. You have to secure your workspaces from that kind of thing. And they're not just razzing somebody. That's how they carry it. There's all this fake lingo they use when they're killing somebody in the deep state. Oh, the guys were just razzing him. They're trying to kill him with psychological methods. And somebody else came in and dosed him with LSD. I'm serious. I mean, you can joke about all you like, but it's real. Just so filthy the cops would do that. So filthy. Disgusting. I'd rather you just like get rich or something, like off a I don't know. I'd rather you steal like evidence money than that. That's like worse than stealing evidence money. But everybody thinks that's the big thing. That's how we, make our way in the government, being corrupt and killing people and forcing them to crime. So I got to work on at least 2 tubs to storage every day. I got to get 2 every day. No, I do. I would love to eat pizza, but it's just not. It's so unhealthy. I can't believe in my lifetime they did try no fat cheese at Walmart, and it didn't sell because it was disgusting. I told you to use. They don't understand the concept that it's bad fats. Good fats are okay. So the cheesemakers have to make good fat cheese, and then it tastes good because it has fat in it, but it's good fat. I mean, do I have to think of everything? That's why you can't mess with my life because I have to project to these people, or they can't figure anything out. It's real. Oh, signal security here. So I didn't know, I went to 2 Best Buys for nothing, and they have like a 1-day delivery. I was looking for 1-day delivery. I just couldn't fathom it. But I just wasted all that gas. Although I was nice to people. I was all nice. Like I was a white. I become a representative of the good white people. I see black people and I treat them well. Like that great Poupon commercial. Like she's trying to like, well, it was here. Oh, no worries, no worries. I'll go look for it myself. Oh, well, the only thing back here is this open box. I thought you said they were working on something else. That's the way I could be, but I wasn't like that. Like the dude doing the. You should have seen the dude doing the the picking for the orders. He looked like he must have been up to like 3 o'clock last night drinking. And he just lay down for like an hour and stumbled into work. I'm like, wrong store. So then she's like, I can change your order. They have it down there at the closest place is North May. I'm like, but it won't be ready till tomorrow. I said, can I just go in there and buy it? She's like, sure. Can I cancel on my app? Oh, yes, you can. And I'm like, down the North May. I get in there. They don't even have any. So yeah, I don't know what happened to that guy. None of it makes sense. And then you'll have to ask yourself, well, how does that happen? But I'll tell you what, he's got all the signs of a deep state hit. And when I say deep state, it could just be criminals, but they're allowed to exist because the deep state covers for them. It could just be a criminal enterprise. Maybe he's the guy that would arrest somebody. Like he's not in with the idea that you only arrest the people they tell you to arrest, or you only charge the people that they tell you to charge. In other words, there's like a thing. They come around you and make you say no, this case no, but he doesn't see it or whatever, right? Or he wouldn't do it, one or the other. So then they take him out. And exactly, he's a horrendous person. And all this. So again, it just tracks it like somebody operated him into it. It's horrible that he did it, but what they do to me is get me to investigate something, and then like act like I'm a criminal because I'm investigating something, and it's not that; it's something else. Although I did investigate that. They actually once tried to make it like once they tried to, like I was doing this. I went to this. They just ruin everything. I'm telling you that right now. I went to this like psychic group. I don't even remember where it was. We're like law enforcement psychics. So all of a sudden, they want me to give them permission to do a background investigation on me to be a psychic for DHS or intelligence. I can't even remember what it was. I don't even understand. I don't even remember how I got into it. Of course, they will me in that direction. I'm like, God's like, no, it's a scam. So, like, of course, after that, I was never back in the psychic group, right? I forget what it was. I think it was a national security psychic or something. I forget what it was. Or maybe DHS. I can't remember. It's when I was in Naples. The guy said it was a scam. Who was that girl, Jen? She kept trying to. she kept. Is she a cop or is she just like an idiot ditz? I healed her so she lost weight one time. When I left, she gained all this weight. And then I came back to Naples and we were in the gym and I'm like, oh, she's fat. She got fat. I'm like, well, she works hard. She comes to the gym. She every time I'm there, she's there. So I'm like, she deserves to be lean. And then within like a month and a half, she was lean. These are the powers I've had. But I think she was one of them. Like she would like get my interest and then like not let me talk to her. She's one of those people working for them, one of the role players. So I was like one day I finally broke through to talk to her. She was so nasty. One of those nastiest people I've ever spoke to. Next to that one I never spoke to, the one in Moore, who had the security woman from Ross stalking me. the Islamic security woman. Like, I'm there. But she sees me like I get ready to say, she sees me smiling out and get ready to smile. It's like, hi, how are you? So she gets so frightened because she knows I'm going to go, hi, how are you? So she like gets this shitty look, and she gets her text, looks at her phone, goes, like very dramatic text, right? So I see that she does it, and then like all of a sudden, this woman, this Islamic woman that was security at Ross, walks in with her family. I'm like, and the thing is, oh, why would he think that is strange? I mean, that could happen anywhere. After 30 years of that bullshit. And Miss Bitch looking at me like, rage. And then getting on her phone going, I'm coming now. I actually want to give this woman's kid, well, I give it to her. She give it to her kid, a guitar that I just bought. I had no idea. I was like thinking I was thinking like a couple weeks. I wish I knew somebody with a kid that could give this guitar to. But I'm really dragging it up to Kansas City, and I actually have a floor pedal thing, which has all that you hook up the computer, and it has all these modeling amps in there. It's actually you could operate it just independent, but it's not as easy and not as cool, right? Like give away, but if she's a cop, I don't, or working for the cops, I don't want to give it to her. I already did that once, and then she turned out to be a witch. Actually, she owed me money. Big scam, including Home Depot. Home Depot owes me $1 million. Well, I'll just take it out in spiritual payment. I think they're all drug dealers anyway. I think it all comes down to narcotics. Right? The only thing that can finance this thing. So that's another point. Like that guy who ended up a pedophile might be somebody that actually arrested somebody. That's another point. You do all your work in the government, and they don't protect you if the person pays to have you killed. That could be psychologically too. So he could have been psychologically killed. The first DA guy. I'm not saying that they should say well, we're going to investigate around to make sure nothing. You got to start coming clean about it, about what's going on out there. Make sure nobody operated and sexualized him. It's quite normal. I mean, everybody on. I'll tell you what God expects, okay? You do what you want, like you did at the other times I told you that. So yeah, it's got a little expensive, but I got to protect myself, so I got to drive around my GoPro on now. But I have to get the microphone modification so I can speak into it. And it should actually, hopefully, be advanced enough to stream real well. I used a GoPro back when I was in my Cooper in Santa Fe and broadcasted driving. I'm going to do that again. You got heavy witchcraft here in Oklahoma. You aren't with God, all of you. Now, you do invoke God, but that God is Satan. God already told me most people worship Satan on earth and call it God. God told me that like, what is it, 15, 16 years, 16, 17 years ago. I got to go with my partner. That's the weirdest thing in the world. Like, he's trying to have sex with women. No, he's trying to talk to women. You're the ones having sex. I mean, that's really how it is. I'm going to go to Crest. What's at Crest? I love it. The ice cream used to be good, then all of a sudden it tastes like something different. So I'm like, I don't know if they changed it or what. I used to love like light vanilla ice cream. Something happened to it. It's not that much that fat. I mean, I do eat some, not all that much. Just had some ramen noodles and yogurt. That's some good stuff. Make ramen noodles without the juice, like when they're done, like spaghetti noodles. You drain it, or you time it so it calculates out. You can, if you stir it around, you can cook it so it boils off and right. and you put it in a bowl and you dump some Greek yogurt on top. That's some good stuff. Stir it up. You just would have like I couldn't even get to. I was thinking, should I go to this 2-bedroom apartment that was for rent in Tyler before I went to that Studio 6? I'd probably been okay, but they were willing me down. They wanted me in the kill zone. They knew that Studio 6 was a kill zone. And they, well, we go like, he's dangerous. And then you look at all the pedophiles, they're preaching in church and they got big trucks. And I'm sure a house, 10 times as expensive as the $70,000 truck, at least. And they like start throwing like kids at me and families and shit. And I'm just like the average Larry, and I'm like, why? So I give this kid the phone, but I said, okay, I can't give you the phone. I got to give it to your mother, and your mother's got to give it to you. Because they had a broke down vehicle. They didn't even have a car. I forget how the father was getting to work. And the mother was like wrenching the car, the engine out, or a train, the transmission out. I'm like, you need any old, and I'm like, you need any help? I got tools. Like, yeah, my husband's at work. And I'm like, oh my god. We got this rebuilt tranny or junkyard tranny or something. I forget what it was. But she had a son, and he just kept following me around. Are they throwing this kid at me, or is this natural? kids, kids have always had like I was a mentor type personality. They just would always, thought I was cool, right? And except for my own kids. My own kids thought I was cool until you ruined it. but yeah, so I'm thinking, yeah, is this real? Or they just throwing this kid at me because they do shit like that. And I'm just me, and I'm like, and he's like, I forgot how the subject came up about his phone. Because he was bored. I was like, I asked him something. I forget what it was because he's like, I go out for a walk, and there he'd be looking at me. I'm like, okay. I was like, and he starts talking to me about all this stuff, and he heard me talking shit about the FBI. So he's like talking shit about the FBI. I kind of steered away from that because I don't like putting kids into that. But he started telling me his own stories about the FBI and stuff. Like it came up like something. Well, I can't give it to mother, and I gave it to her. But those good deeds, they try to use them against me. I could tell. Happens all the time. And they try to get me to investigate stuff. Whenever they're around me, because I know who they are, I can sense who. I'm pretty good now at not doing too a lot. That's why I kind of just focus on the deep state stuff because that's who they ended up being. Yeah, I mean, they're just so just bullshit. It's not a sting operation. It's just a bullshit operation. So, the thing is they're isolating your life. And you only have so much life. Once you reach a certain amount of age and you don't have money or life or health, and then it's like it's not over, but you're not getting anywhere. I even explained it to him that it works like that. I said, "Don't do that because things will change. God will change everything." Don't take kindness, as weakness, or niceness as weakness. Earth's not coming back up. I'm telling you that right now. Yeah, you might be comparing your Earth to mine, but Earth has changed downward, and it will continue to go in that direction. So it's nice to see McConnell say anybody that anti-Semitic should be president. I said it the first time around. Believe me, they got all these this criminal people working for them, and then they throw criminals in my life and go, well, they're the only people that are in Larry's life because you won't let anybody else in, just your criminal cronies. You don't let a normal life exist. And they go, well, you left those places. You can't stay in a place where there's people operate you for the CIA. Not supposed to be there. Those are religious organizations, places that promise a certain thing. And I didn't even do even 1/50th of the work. Nobody else did. Not even the people that got paid. Like I said, they've been investigated and they lied about the investigations. Came apart at the seams, and everybody said, well, give me some money. Praise God.
You're listening to the Law Enforcement Pirate Radio Network. Radio Free Larry presiding.
You can run, but you can't hide.